Hey guys, this is Coach Jestyn with Nova Ryu BJJ, and today we're taking a look at one of my favorite moves, and that's the Scissor Sweep. I like this move because I really like moves that can be applied in both a sport jiu-jitsu competition context and also in a self-defense realm, and this works for both. I also like this because it's a basic foundational move to jiu-jitsu, and if you understand the mechanics of it and the timing of it, you can apply that to your jiu-jitsu at large. So it's a really great learning tool. The third is that there's a lot of different variations for it, a lot of different possibilities, and it sets things up well. And even if it doesn't go exactly as planned, you're not left in a bad position at the end of things. So let's take a look at it. The dynamics of it work like this. I have my opponent in close guard. We'll start there just for the ease of explanation. And from here, with any closed guard application, or with most, you want grips too. So just hanging out here with my guard closed is not great. It's not real effective. I have to have grips or points of contact somewhere. So in this case, I want to take a deep grip on his collar, and I want to take a grip on his sleeve. You can grab behind the elbow, you can grab up here, but I think preferable is to make this little cuff out of his sleeve here and wrap your fingers inside it. You don't want to grab inside like this, because if your fingers get twisted up or he starts moving around, you can get an injury, you can break your finger, not something you want. Here, I can still disengage if I need to, but it's a more powerful grip than just this, where, if he has a really tight gi, I might not be able to achieve this, but the cuff I can still roll up. So once I have these, great. Now I can unlock my guard. So this is the point where I can disengage, and I take my right foot in this case, because I'm going to come up on my left hip. So my right foot comes down on the mat, and I'm going to push my hips up and slide onto my left hip. I don't want to stay flat. It's going to be very hard to make this sweep work if I'm flat on my back. So I need to come up on my hip, and then I'm going to drive my right leg across at this 45-degree angle. You can fire off on this sweep if your leg is flat or up here, but for now, this is a variation I want you to look at. I think this is a really good way to do it for a couple of reasons. One, if I'm down like this, the guy can crush down and start to pass my guard. Okay, well now I'm stuck. Here, I can make this into a version of guard, right? So I have this, and it's kind of like a shield guard, where if he pushes into me, I can push back with my leg and keep him at bay. And then I can use that principle along with my arms here, and if I pull and I push with my legs, so I'm pulling with my arms and pushing with my legs, that's tight, right? So it doesn't give him much space to move, and I can start to really feel and control his action. The point that I really want to stress with this is the timing of the sweep is important. So once I have that connection to him here, where I'm pulling with my arms, pushing with my leg, when I feel him start to push into me, that's when I cut at the bottom of his legs here with my left leg, and I push with my right leg. I'm going to punch with this arm that way, and I'm going to pull with this arm. So he pushes into me, and I push and pull and come up on top. A couple of pitfalls here to avoid. So again, we start in close guard, grip on the collar, grip on that cuff that we create. Foot goes on the mat. I get up on my left hip. I drive my right leg at that 45-degree angle. Again, while you can achieve this sweep here, if you end up here, go ahead and try that sweep, but it's going to be an opportunity for him to crush down with his weight and pass your guard, so just keep awareness of that. If I'm at that 45, I really want to attach myself here, pull and push. Once I feel that he's pushing forward onto me, that's my moment to fire off. I can't do this though. I can't just sit here, because I did all this work and all this setup, and if I take him over and I lie here like, yes, I did it, he's going to come right back up, and now I've lost everything. Right? Not a good move. We have to come up on top and to mount, secure our points in a tournament, or if it's a self-defense application, the benefits are kind of obvious. So that's the basics of the Scissor Sweep. Two more details to go over. So if I have my partner here, I need to be in front of his hips, or to the side of his hips rather. If I'm too far behind here, this is not going to work, or it's not going to be very easy for me. Even if I have my leg in the right position and I'm close to him, if I'm way back here, I don't have much purchase on his bottom leg with my bottom leg. And so when I try to push, yeah, if he resists at all, it's pretty difficult. Like I can start to move him, and even if he's pushing up and kind of loaded up here, pushing forward on me, I mean, I can get it, but he has the ability to resist a lot more effectively. So if I'm closer here and I have more of a bite on his bottom leg and he starts to push into me, then I can achieve that sweep a little bit more easily. The other thing here is I want to be close. So a lot of times, especially if you're new to jiu-jitsu, the intuitive thing, the thing that feels right, is to be further away from people, right? Because you feel like you're safer. But it's much harder to achieve the sweep from back here because I'm really just using like the ends of my extremities to achieve this. Just my limbs. I'm not using any of my core strength really. This is not mechanically a great spot for my leverage. If I'm closer to him, not only can I feel what he's doing, I'm more in tune with what his body's doing, and allows me to sense that timing better, but it also gives me a lot more purchase, a lot more mechanical leverage here. So from way out here, this is pretty difficult. From in here, this becomes easier.